This week I spent a day with Year 12 grade kids in a workshop-style approach, bringing real-life scenarios for them to solve, propose solutions, use their imagination and knowledge of technology in order to use their skills and solve them. That said, I was a volunteer for the KPMG program called WorkReady, which is done in partnership with the Talent Foundry, and I loved it. Now, about this. When we work in technology, and I've been doing this for way too many years now, it is hard to explain to people what we do for a living. The more experienced and seasoned you are, the harder it is to explain. Imagine you are on one of those school reunions or family dinners where you have to explain your work to all of them. Now try to do that to 12-year grade kids that want to go to university. Here's a bit of shameless pub. WorkReady is a KPMG program in partnership with the Talent Foundry that offers students the opportunity to think about how they would utilize the latest bleeding-edge technologies to solve real-world problems in a collaborative way, based on real customer briefings and situations. Basically, we propose to these students some of the problems we encounter with our customers on a daily basis, so that they can develop transferable skills, including listening, presenting, problem-solving, creativity, sometimes a lot, leadership, and teamwork. You get the point. It's a bring your KPMG person to school kind of day. But WorkReady isn't the only program. We also provide them coding courses. We help them build green skills for life. And there's also the Cloud Curious Challenge for those who understand already a bit of cloud computing, as well other programs and internships that we run all year long. The whole purpose of these programs is to close that work gap between school and market, whilst bringing real understanding of the work world to them. From rethinking the way we should learn to enabling students to adapt to changing demands for skills and labor shortage, we need to provide all the help at early stages for students to have an understanding of what the job market is, what skills they really need, and how eager they should be for continued learning, especially in the technology world that changes every day. To this point, what I brought for them was my experience in several fields, from my art and civil engineering background to working in large-scale projects and interesting companies, but also the consulting type of approach, as we in this market need to listen to our customer problems, relate to it, understand them properly, before we can even start drawing solutions and fixing them. But sometimes the fix and solution just pops in because it's a thing we did somewhere else, or we learn internally by sharing experiences. That's the collaborative approach they, in their group, should take. And what I left them with, if there's something you should know, it is this. Now, the interesting part of the workshop was when they were asked to timeline some technology, from objects that they never used to things they know quite well and were already a thing when they were born. What a throwback. Even for me, I forgot some of the things we took for granted and were cool back in the day. That was the part I felt really old, by seeing all of that technology from when I was growing up, and kids now could never understand and figure out how to use it, nevertheless why we use them. Bottom line, I really wish this existed when I was growing up and was available before I went to university. This kind of program, supported by companies that bridge the gap between what we think we want to be to what the market demands. Just like a reality checkup, but taking it a bit further and letting kids think in a critical way, using transferable skills, and above all, have the mentorship of someone that is doing this day in, day out. The school back in the 80s, 90s was completely different, and I'm glad it changed for the better. And what do you think? Let me know in the comments below.